Hello everyone and welcome to the Sonko Software Cute Quick Item of the Week. Today we will talk about button. A button is one of the most common controls on a device. Users tap it to take action like confirm, start, stop or open. By the end of this video you will know how to build a custom button like this one. Polished, clear and good enough for real product screen. We will also walk through the main properties, test them on screen and try simple ways to change the look before we build the full custom button at the end. So, without further ado, let's jump into the code. We start with a plain button. Let's set text for better visibility. Text is the label on the button. Now the button says Start. If you only write import Qt Quick controls, Qt often uses a native style for your operating system. In this series, we use import Qt Quick controls basic. On purpose, one steady look on every machine. So now we have a default look on the button. We can click it. It fires when we press and when we release. Another property is icon. We set icon source to show a small picture on the button. Right now, this icon is really low quality. That's because right now we have items scaled to 3. But for the purpose of this series, we can leave it as it is. We can also set icon width and height to make it bigger or smaller. The next property is display. Display picks how the text and icon are laid out. Text beside button, icon and text in one row, very common on toolbars. Icon only the icon, good for small touch targets. And text under icon, icon on top, text below. Another property is enabled. When enabled is false, the user cannot press the button. We cannot press this button. This is useful when an action is not allowed yet, for example before the device is ready. The next property is checkable. When checkable is true, the button stays on or off, like a toggle. We use checked to set the starting state. So, click once, it toggles. Click again, it toggles back. On a real device, we use this for mute, lights or fan on or off. Another property is flat. A flat button has less chrome, good for toolbars. Highlighted draws more attention, good for the main action on a screen. It only changes the UI of the button. Clicks and releases acts the same. Now, how we change the look a little. We do not need a big custom design yet. We can start with a simple properties on the button itself. Padding adds space inside the button. Palette button text changes the text color. You can see it in action right here. Still the default button, just styled a bit. If we open the documentation by pressing F1, we see every property of the button. We also see that button inherits from abstract button. But for the deeper changes, two properties matter most. Background, the shape behind the label, and content item, the label area. By default, it's text and icon. So let's try the simplest custom background first. One rectangle, no extra animations. When button down is set to true, the user is pressing, so we use a darker color. Let's click it and see the color change. And here is a simple custom content item, only our own text. Same button logic, we only control the label. Works like a default button. But content item does not have to be only text. It can be any QML item, a row, an image, or a rectangle with text inside. For example, we can use a rectangle as a small badge and put text inside it. Here the label looks like a small badge, not only button text. That is the power of QML. You get freedom to build the look you want. while the button still handles clicks and states for you. And now let's build the button from the intro, the full custom one. So now we still use a normal button, same clicks, same signals. We only replaced background and content item. We added custom shape and colors, press scale animation and a soft glow when the pointer hovers. QML makes this fast, a little code and the control already feels like a product UI. That is what we want on embedded devices, clear responsive button user trust. Oof, today we covered a lot. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. Tell us in the comments what QML item we should cover next. If your team needs help with embedded projects, visit us, link in the description. So now, thanks for watching and I see you in the next episode. Cheers!